Okay, no problem, bud. Hey, Frank. We'll wait for a couple other people to get here before we really get rolling here. So, but I got a plan. Got scary. I brought one of those. Where did it go? So how you been doing, Frank? Perfect. Yeah, for a shoulder. Um, I was talking about a couple days ago. Hey, Nina. I was talking about a couple days ago when I did that video. When I was talking about where I may be setting the shoulder up at. Hey, small town. Hey, backwoods. Hey, don't worry about backwoods. I was almost late myself. Hey, CD. Yeah, I laid down to take a nap. I woke up by like 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, uh-oh. But I was telling Frank, I got a little bit of a plan here. So what my artistic skills are. It's a start. But yeah, I was kind of talking about the shoulder in that video a couple days ago. I think I figured out what kind of shoulder I want to do. A-frame. I need better artistic skills than that, but that's basically looking at it from the side. Thinking about doing a big enough A-frame I can stand up in it. Actually, no, I didn't. I used different lighting because I usually have this light on here, which really messes with the camera. But I have the big light in my room off. Well, I decided I was going to turn the big light on and shut that light off, and it doesn't glare so much back in my face because I can actually lean into the camera now. You can see me instead of me turning white. But I did get a new cam. I just haven't hooked it up yet because everything else they got. I only have. Yes, it is. But I only have three ports, three USB ports, and two of them are in use already. So it only leaves me really one I can play with. And I'm not too keen on hubs. I had a hub on the last one, my last computer. It didn't mess up my last computer, but it knocked my one whatchamacallit, external hard drive out. So I was just like, okay, enough of that. But I got USB 2 on it. The other one, the one that's in use is for my printer. I could unplug that and plug it back in, but the printer goes through this whole rigmarole and scares the hell out of my dog. But he may have to get used to that when I start using that other camera. In fact, right now, how's the sound right now? Okay, I might try another hub here in a little bit, but as soon as yeah, there we go. Because I just realized something. Okay, how's the audio? Yeah, well, I got this as my microphone, so yeah, it's not reading it right now. So I didn't have it plugged in when I started. So I got HDMI on here, but I'm trying to think. I'm already using HDMI for something. Pretty sure I got HDMI. Yeah, I got HDMI. So welcome back, Grumpy. Hey, Christy. Yeah, I might use the HDMI for something else here along the way. Hey, Squib. Long time no see. How you been doing, buddy? Yeah, with that shoulder though, I'm pretty much settled on an A-frame. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But for that shoulder, as I said, for the shoulder, I'm thinking about an A-frame, and I'm probably going to use a tarp for a roof, or a couple tarps for the roof for right now until I upgrade it. But I figure an A-frame with what I got back here, I can throw that up pretty quick. I can start with that with the A-frame. I could work off of that. Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay. Welcome back, small town. Yeah, yes. I'm not. I haven't really messed with HDMI too much, except for my Xbox 360. And to be honest with you, my 360 right now is pretty much relegated to a DVD player. I hardly ever play it. But took the dog for a walk earlier too, so I found a couple other things I'm probably going to drag up there because, believe it or not, the woods, the the ground back here in the woods, in places is still hard as rock, especially up there. It's still frozen solid. I'm just like, oh, thank you, Frank. What I'm gonna do though is I found something I could use for a stump for chopping firewood and stuff. I've a couple pieces laying around back there. I mean, the one piece is probably about 4 or 5 foot long. No, actually, it's about 3.5 foot long. So I could probably put about half of it in the ground and kind of like tamp it in and make sure it's nice and sturdy instead of just sitting it back there. So that's something I got going for me anyway. No, that was Potter Township and Raccoon on the other side of the river from me. Yeah, yeah, we're not on the water boil. So yeah, we're good. Oh, awesome, Squib. I'm gonna be going to the outdoor show here in Monroeville sometime in it should be coming up in about 2 weeks or so. It's usually in February. So I want to go to the Sport and Outdoor show there. And I think it's the same one that comes from Harrisburg, comes out to Monroeville. Yeah, now if you guys, um, Sport and Outdoor show, the people who put on one in Harrisburg and in Monroeville, if you guys haven't been to it, I actually recommend going to it. It's not as big as it used to be honest with you, but it still has some pretty nice stuff. I think the last time I went, I paid something like $8 or $10 to get in, and I was there all day. I walked in when the doors open. I was there all day, and they have. I think I sat in on 2 or 3 seminars and talked to a bunch of people. Lots of good information there if you like hunting, fishing, or just general outdoor stuff. All kinds of good information there. In fact, what I'm thinking about doing is I may take the GoPro when I go to it and try to get some filming up. Hey, what's up, Will? Try to do some filming while I'm there. Maybe talk to a couple people if they agree to talk on film. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Oh, see, that's what I'm going to be going to. Is Monroeville. You're talking about the one over at the convention center. It was much better when it was at the Expo Mart, but the one over the convention center is the same one because CVS bought the Expo Mart. Now, let's see. I wonder if they're going to have that this year. Cool. I usually re up my membership at the sports show if I go, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to go this year. But what day were you think? Were you thinking about going out to that? Were you thinking about going out to that backwoods? It's right around the end of February. Yeah, because I think over the last 4 or 5 years, I think I only missed one. Okay, because I usually go on when I do go, I go on Saturdays. I try to get out there on Saturday anyway. Um, yeah, I think the last year I went, I think I left here about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was out there waiting for the door to open. Got my little. In fact, you don't even have to worry about getting those slips. I think it's either Burger King or McDonald's has like a $2 off slip. Okay, yeah, I should be getting one here pretty soon myself. Yeah, because I went and got the $2 slip from I think it was Burger King, like the $2 off. And when I got there, they had a big booklet of them. They're just passing down the line. It was kind of funny. But the reason I go so early is to make sure I can get a parking place. Because if you don't get there early, oh, there you go. Well, see, I don't have such luxury, so I have to because they don't open up the doors to the public till like 10 o'clock. I get, as I said, I get out there like 8 o'clock in the morning to have a place to park. Because if like for the general public, if you don't get out there that early, yeah, good luck parking. I got out there late one time. I ended up parking up behind CVS. Oh, okay. Yeah, because which ironically, that CVS, I was delivering. CVS bought the Expo Mart, and I was like, that's like a huge warehouse for CVS now. I was delivering there, which I know a couple people. I mean, if I need a place to park, I could probably like, hey guys, can I borrow a parking space back here? I don't think they care one way or the other. To be honest with you, as long as you ain't blocking our docks, we don't care. Actually, come to think of it, that's not a bad idea. Because from behind CVS, between CVS and the mall, or the Expo Mart and the mall, it's not that far of a walk over to the convention center. Yeah, listen to me talk about cheating on my parking. So, yeah. But I'm sure you probably been to the Sport and Outdoor show when it was at in the Expo Mart. That was a good show. That was a real good show. Oh, either way, that's cool. That'll work. Except I'll probably drive you crazy. I'm the type of person, if I pay money to get into a place, I make sure I stick around until I get my money's worth. Drives my dad crazy. My dad will go in someplace. He'll pay money to get into it. He'll like run around it and like about 10 minutes later, I'm ready to go home. I'm like, I'm not. Well, I pay to get in. I'm sticking around a while. Oh yeah, I got you. Oh, that's going to be a good show because I've been in that complex, the Harrisburg complex. I should have a horse in that complex a couple times. Nice, nice complex there, and that's way back when. I heard it's even bigger now. Yep, I'm going to Will. All right, I have an idea how I want to do it. It's I'm going to do an A-frame, and the way I'm going to set it up, I'm going to have it tall enough that I could walk into it. And the reason I'm going A-frame instead of like a lean-to style is the front part of it. I can have an overshot, a pitched overshot to run stuff off both sides of it. Oh, yeah, I know that's like. Oh, there you go. That's the place to do it. Well, there's a couple things that I want to look for out there. Part of it for this outdoor show is they got these little hunting sheds or hunting shelters that they sell. Eventually, I would like to do something like that back where I'm doing my shelter at, and the one I was really interested in. Um, the shelter itself stands about 7, 8 foot off the ground, but it has a set of stairs. When you go up into it, doesn't go up the outside of it. It goes up from the inside to a trap door to get up into the top part. What I was thinking about doing is if I do that, the bottom part of it, I'm going to enclose the bottom part of it too, with windows and a door in there. So I have like a little 2-story deal back there. Oh, I guess it all depends on what you have to do when you go there. Like the last time I was there, now this is back when I was in 4-H, about 30 years ago. I was showing a horse. I qualified for the 4-H state show, and that's where the 4-H state show's at, and that was there, and that was a good time. Oh, that was it. Oh, the trouble we got into out there, though. Oh boy, like the one time we were there, how we did not get busted, I do not know. I mean, I'm sure you guys done some young and dumb stuff in your time, but they had these like really heavy flat carts, and in the main arena at the time. On the one side, they had like this ramp, it was like a spiral ramp type of deal. It used to be like a set of stairs, but they turned it into a ramp. Well, we get on the flat cart and we start riding it down, and the people in the front would put their feet down and try to slow it down so we can make the turn. Well, the one time we got hauling ass down there, we didn't make the turn, and we put a hole about that big around through the brick wall. We just got all scattered and just ran in different directions. Oh, talking about the post uniform shop, or just uniforms in general. My, you ever been in the Army Navy store out in Monroeville? Lots of good stuff in there too. Well, what I did a couple times since I delivered CVS, what I did is since I didn't have to go back downtown, I was from CVS. I was driving right past it every day. So one day, a couple days, I got done early. I drove the work truck right into it, went in shop for about 10 minutes, got what I needed, and took off again. So it's not that bad of a store. I mean, I think they're a little steep. They're a little steep on some of their stuff, but all in all, I mean, it's better. I think it's the only the only real Army Navy store we have left in this side of the state. Yeah, because I think I spent about $23. I got a 70/30 wool blanket out of it. I think the blanket itself is 62 by 80, 62 inches by 80 inches. It's like $24 for it, which isn't 70/30 is not the greatest. It's better than nothing. I didn't have any wool blanket at all, so I figured it's better than nothing. $24. I'll just go ahead and get it. Um, they had another one there. It was lighter, but had the one I got is heavier, but the loft isn't quite as big, and the other one had a little bit of a thicker loft to it, but it was physically lighter. So I'm like, I went with the heavier one. I went with the one that's a little bit heavier, just weight wise, with a little bit of a thinner loft. Because what I'm looking at is that if I'm going to put it in my pack, I don't have to fight that loft to get it in there. Backwards, you should know me by now. I'm always derailed, anyways. Usually, somebody knocked me back on the tracks when I have the issue. So, but what else did I get there? I got a couple molly bags there, and I got a one of those little pickaxe deals about that long. It's somewhere between a one-handed and a two-handed pickaxe. Got that there too, and I mean it's shorter, so I could probably work it with my pack if I decide to go that way. It's not a hiking item, but if I'm going out to do something in the woods and I need a pickaxe, it's a lot easier to carry than a full blown deal. There's a couple other things I was looking at out there too. Yeah, see, yeah, because I got mine in season, so still was like $3 in season. I got mine for 24, so I mean that's not bad. Yeah, see, I want to get in there and check out some stuff when I actually have some time to actually walk around and browse and look and see what else is there. Because as you walk in, where's this at? You go back, look at it real quick. I mean, I'm in and out in less than 10 minutes or less. I think they're open on Saturdays. I may make a run out there on a Saturday someday. No, they do have some other stuff in there. Like they carry a lot of cool Coogan stuff. Um, what else? They have some knives in there. They got some good knives. They got some of the cheaper knives, but like I'm actually going in there after surplus stuff. I found a little sterno stove I may get, and let's see. There's a sterno stove, um, another style of mess kit, a couple different things. So plus, I think they have a couple more mess kits like the one I have here. So I won't mind having one of those just like as a backup. Oh, you see, you and me both, Grumpy. And that's um like as I said, I only since I was on the clock when I went in there, I didn't really have time to really browse around. So I want to get up there. I'd like to get in there, have some time to browse around, look around, and see what I can find. There was a self foam rubber in there too. Um, Anywhere to like make your own mattress to bed rolls, everything else in between. Oh, see, there was a gun show that used to be. Hey, Gibson, that used to be up at Butler. They lost the place to do it in Butler, so they started doing it over Pittsburgh Mills. And there's a I might I might do that. What, you interested in going? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, at the gun shows, there's a guy that would go there, and he'd have like a whole half row to himself, selling nothing but military surplus. Um, he carried both Alice and Molly stuff, first aid kits, all kinds of stuff. Oh, we'll do backwoods. We'll do. In fact, I could probably let you know like Friday night if I plan on going or not. All depends on what's going on with my Jeep. Had a small fender bender with the Jeep. Um, Going to try to get in touch with the insurance company and have to figure out when I can take it down to the body shop down in Beaver Falls to have them look at it. I found out one of the Allstate approved body shops is actually the body shop for the dealership I bought my Jeep from. So I'm like, you know what? And how I look at that is if it's the body shop from my dealership that I bought the Jeep at, which is doing all the maintenance work on it right now. See you, Nina. Good luck on the next test. Doing good. Doing real good. um, if I take it to that body shop, since I bought the 100,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty on it. So if they do the work on fixing the vehicle, I still don't have. If there's any question about the warranty, I'm like, you guys did that too. Oh, I hear you, Nina. I hear you. Oh, trust me. There's some days they finally fixed my route. I don't have to do that extra bit anymore. But there's some days I wake up, I come into work, I load my truck, I look at my back of my truck, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why? Oh, oh, you're preaching to the choir about hating studying. Hey, lady. Oh, that's just you're preaching to the choir because I could sit there and I could read something for hours. As soon as you say I have to study, I'm like, cool. Oh, I hear you, C. Dean. You lay down, you relax. I hope you feel better. Oh, it's okay, ladies. I'm just kind of having an open chat tonight anyway, so it's more like a hangout than anything else. So it's all good. But yeah, doing real good, Nina. Hope you do good on the next one. Because you got what 192, so that means you're pretty much averaging a 96 right now. That ain't shabby at all. That is great. Anytime, hon. Oh, yeah. For some stuff, I was like that too. Backwards, it was hysterical. Like, did you save for it? No, I didn't. You go in and I'd go in and take the test. I'd be done with the test in like 10, hand it back in like 10 minutes later and be outside smoking a cigarette. While everyone else is in there like, how do you do that? But it's usually those type of tests though is I had to take a couple of tests for when I was working over at Saturn. It was all common sense stuff, and people would I would sit there like, okay, we'll be taking a test on customer relations. Okay, um, hey, crankbait. Okay, we're taking a test on the customer relations. Okay, and it's all common sense. I mean, he says you have an hour to take the test, but there you go. Bye. Oh, I couldn't even imagine doing that for 4 hours. Which I have to look around. When I had a little bit more of a regular scheduled job, like a scheduled quit time, I was certified. I wouldn't say certified, but I had my Red Cross card for both CPR and first responder first aid. And I mean, it was the course. I mean, it wasn't an easy course. You actually had to pay attention, study a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, the computer-based test. I took a couple of those too, and people in computer-based tests, people lose their mind over that, and I'm like, oh, okay, click, click, click. But I had the Red Cross, and those are actually really good courses to take. Except, but the way I'm working now is I'd hate to sign up for one and then end up not being able to make it to because of work. Something else you guys may want to keep your eye open for. I finally tested this thing out. I'm probably going to upload the video. Oh, I hear you there. But I'm going to probably upload the video testing this. This is kind of interesting. It didn't work too bad. Didn't work as good as I thought it was going to, but it wasn't bad either. But if I had a choice between this and my buck saw, I'd take my buck saw any day of the week over this thing. Oh, awesome, Squib. So I was kind of hope. Well, talking about that with the Sport and Outdoor Show, I was kind of hoping Mum Slayer would show up. Because if Backwoods and me go to the outdoor show. It'd be kind of cool to have Mum Slayer down there too, and maybe one or two, maybe Farmall Fanatic. He's from this side of the state. He's a little bit north of me in backwoods, but he's from this side of the state too. I mean, one of these, I got mine at Walmart in the outdoor section. Want me to see if they have any more down at the Walmart I go to down here in Economy? Because I think I got that for under $10. No, the one thing I definitely want to get for this though, it says for maintenance, use Gear Lube on it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This may sound like a crazy suggestion backwoods, but I wonder if REI has one. And I'll be honest with you. First time I went to REI, I says, okay, what am I doing walking into a Yuppie store? Then I was looking at some of the prices of some of the stuff. REI actually is priced fairly nice. Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking about one of these days going back down to REI just to see what they have down there. And the only reason I really go down there is just to keep my options open. Because some of the stuff that they carry there, you're not going to get from like Walmart or whatever. And I'm the type of person that if I buy something, I have bought stuff offline. I'm not that. It depends on how hard pressed I am for it. But if I'm not hard pressed for it and I want to buy something, if I can hold it in my hand and walk over and pay cash for it, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I've seen those. I was thinking about actually I want to try one of those myself. I have a 4.5. I actually have a 4.5 inch angle grinder, and I was going to try it on that. And if I liked it on that, I was going to get one. I was going to get a cordless ankle grinder. Actually, what Backwoods is saying, those pruning saws are pretty nice to have. It's just I have like 2 or 3 folding saws myself, and I always go back to my old reliable Browning that my parents got me, and I've been using that for 20 years. And I didn't take down anything 36 inch with it, but what I did was we had a tree come down across the driveway between me and the road, a big oak tree, and I had to go to work. And I woke up probably about 3 hours before work and looked out and like, oh. But I was taking limbs out with that Browning saw about that big around. I wanted to use the chainsaw. We didn't have any fuel for it, and it was out of fuel. So I was like, well, I ain't gonna be doing that. So I grabbed that and was lopping the branches off this oak tree to give me just enough room to get out. And I was like, just tossing them over in the side yard. But yeah, I got to work on time, used that Browning saw. But that's the first time I used it. And that was like right after I got it. That was like 20 years ago. So ever since then, I've used the snot out of it, and it just keeps coming back for more. Oh yeah, those Corona razors are nice. Eventually, like what I already have a couple folding saws. Eventually, I wouldn't mind getting a Baco or a Silky just to see what the hubbub's about. You have to have a Baco or a Silky, or it's just not a saw. Really? In fact, give me a second. I'll show you the saw that I have. That Browning saw I have. This is my Browning. And as I said, I've used this thing for about 20 years now. Oh, they can be. See, I want to get Silky about this size. I think a Silky about this size runs about $35. Yeah, but this will. I've used this for years. I love this little thing. And as I said, everybody says yet. That's what I said. I was thinking about getting a Silky or a Baka just to see what all the hubbub's about since I already have. As in my mind, I already have a good saw. It's one of those things. If it ain't broke, really, don't fix it. And this Browning comes in a nice little case too. That's true. I mean, that's I was thinking about it. I probably won't. I mean, this is worked for 20 years. Why change it now? And I could take it out, and I'll be honest with you, this may not exactly run with a Silky or a Silky saw. This will probably run right with a Baka any day. Any day. What, the big Silky? Oh yeah, that big Silky. That it's about as long as a samurai sword. I'm like, why do you need something like that? Really? Yeah, and that's what this thing's perfect for. I mean, I used to make walking sticks. This is what I used to cut all my walking sticks with out in the woods. I'd go back and cut them with this and start from there. Yeah, and this thing weighs like, oh heck, I could probably tell you exactly how much it weighs too. Hey, Kaylin, 50 digital scale. Come on, there we go. That's all weighs 6.2 ounces. That Browning weighs 6.2 ounces, so it don't weigh that much either. I'm sure some people say, well, you can get a lighter option than that, but I don't need a lighter option than that, really. And I'll tell you what, for if you need to weigh anything, like small stuff for your pack, these things are worth their weight in gold. I think I spent maybe this one's a little bit more of an little more expensive model. I think I paid $23 for it. For $23, this thing works beautifully. I got that out, and for my pack when I get completely done, I got a scale hanging on the on my shelf over there. But and the scale over there, I think will go up to about 75 pounds, and for my pack weight, especially my overnight pack weight, I try to keep about 35 pounds. If I'm just going on a day hike, I try to drop that down to about 8 to 10 at the most. So, but that little thing keeps me from overpacking. But I'm gonna put this back away here. Yeah, because that one there goes grams or ounces. Yeah, but yeah, once you get into grains, it's a specialty scale, so they're gonna smack you upside the head for it. Yeah, I think that one there that I got, I think I could go up to about 22 pounds on that one. And to be honest with you, the only thing I really major with it is um, ingredients for Fix and Wax because I'm gonna be getting ready to make another batch of that here pretty soon too. And see, I thought a couple of my friends at school were the only ones that did that. And I figured, heck, well, I'm doing show and tell. You guys ever see one of these before? This is an original multi-tool. Although I think backwoods, you've watched some of David Canterbury's stuff, right? You ever see his video? You ever see his video on this? I got this thing for a song and a dance, and if you look at it, it still looks like brand new. Take the top off it here. This is what we got in it. We got little scoop chisels, flathead screwdriver, another flathead screwdriver. You could use this was actually sharpened down a little bit. You can use this for a small, just regular straight chisel, like for wood carving. A little saw blade, another flathead screwdriver, a nice pick or a round awl, depends on what you want to call it for. A low auger bit, a regular square awl, and a big flat chisel. But as I said, I got this thing for a song and a dance. I was looking at a couple of these things online, and the ones that I have like 3 of these now. The other 2 I have are smaller than this, and I'll be honest with you, they're not in best of shape. Like the one, the tools that look like somebody tried chiseling rocks with it because they're all bent to hell. And then the other one I have is a little bit about medium sized. The tools are nice, except the top doesn't stay on. But this one here, I stopped at the antique store, and I'm looking at this antique store, and everything in this store that I looked at, the guy wanted at least. Oh, it is. The guy wanted at least like $200 for everything in the store, and I seen this and it had no price. I'm like, how much do you want for that? The guy goes, that was mine. I'm like, oh, okay. I was getting ready to walk away. I'm like, okay, that's one of the stools he just let sitting there. He says, I'll sell it to you for $25. And as I said, I mean, the light doesn't really do it justice. Maybe if I try to get a little bit closer to the camera. See that sheen on there? It's basically looks like it's just taken out of the box. Hey, how you doing, prepping? I figured out for $25 for one of these, and it's in this good shape, it's worth it. I just went ahead and grabbed it. Oh, there you go, Squib. Yeah, it's about 60 degrees today, too. I mean, it's It'll look like it's going to threaten rain all day, but still about 60 degrees. I was delivering some of the day with a t-shirt on. So for me though, it was a good day. I liked it. It was beautiful. And the thing with it is as a driver, I'd rather have like a 60-degree day that's overcast. I mean, it's just to me that's just perfect delivery weather right there. Um, the thing with me though is with the sun. The truck I drive is pretty much it's almost like you're sitting in a fish tank and you start fighting that sun all day. Hey, backwards. Maybe you need somebody in a black 78, black and gold 78 Trans Am to run interference for him. See, I never was a tasty cake person. I'm more of a little Debbie person. Well, see, I drive a Isuzu box truck. Yeah, Isuzu box truck, but they're big. The Isuzu box truck I drive right now is a gas job, and it has a 6 liter GM V8 in it, so it's no slouch. It got some get up and go to it, and it has a 16 by 8 box on the back of it. So I mean, I could haul the mail. Hey, how you doing, Jay? Well, I'm gonna put this back on the shelf. And the last thing I'm going to leave you, I won't say the last thing, but one of the last things I'm going to talk about anyway is don't waste your money on these. I just was feeling goofy and bought these just to see how well they worked. These are night vision. Night vision. And the way I look at it is, yeah, it's night vision because if you look on the wall over there, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. See that big green thing on the wall? That's why you have night vision. That's a big green laser shooting out of there. Oh, they are binos. They are binos. But the problem with it is you're never going to get tactical with these things. Well, you could try going tactical for the other guy because that's instant headshot right there. Instant headshot. I have tried these things outside in the dark, and they actually work. Yeah, I'm probably going to start looking at those. I mean, I'm not in a big hurry to get them. I decided to try these because these were under $40, and with the green laser flashlight that they give you shooting out of this. Exactly. I mean, if well, I've done crazier things. I freaked the guys out one time that were fracking behind the house because they're fracking on the other side of the valleys during the fall. That's how it's going to take. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I decided, you know what? I can't sleep. I'm going to take a walk. It's about midnight. I'm going to take a midnight walk through the woods. So I grabbed my big ass headlamp. This little deal right here, which is about Yo Bright, and decided to go marching through the woods. on the other side. They don't really want to, as long as it makes on, I don't want to screw with them too much because we're pulling money off of that. So we sold the mineral rights to them, and we're pulling in like 5 figures a month. So yeah, but I was walking across, and next thing you know, down at the bottom side of the hall, I heard a guy screaming over on the other side. Pretty much, Jay. I mean, this thing, I could go for a walk in the woods right now with this thing full bore with no leaves on the trees, and I could see about a good 300 yards through the woods with this thing on. And it's not just like, it's not dead ahead. I mean, it's with the flood, it's panoramic. I got 180 degrees and about 3 to 400 foot out right now with the leaves off. When you get the leaves on the trees, it drops about 100 foot because you're trying to get around all the leaves and everything else until you get into more open woods. But we're walking back there, and they didn't know that I was walking around back there. They just seen this light just bobbing around through the woods, and they called the police. And I don't think I was back there 5 minutes, and there were like police cars down at the end of the hall waiting for me to come out. And I turned around and went the other way. And I'm thinking it because I heard them screaming and they're flashing the flashlights out toward me, like, what the hell's that over there? Hey, old man. But we're almost, well, actually, we are at the top of the hour, but it says I have about 3 minutes left. So, promo time. Okay, tomorrow night. Give me 1 second here. I think I'm going to, no, I'm good. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central Louisiana time, 8 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be Nina. Rural Readiness. She was in here a little bit earlier. If you haven't been to her chat, it's a good time. And she's been doing different things on her chats right now. So it's a good time, though. You get some good information. Then at 8:30 Central Louisiana time, 9:30 Eastern, is the Honey Badger chat. That's always a good time. A very good time. Good information, and you will laugh hysterically from pretty much beginning to end. Thursday is kind of hit and miss at 6 o'clock Central Louisiana, 6 o'clock Central Louisiana time, 7 o'clock Eastern is. I'm going to, as soon as I'm done here, old man, is Spicy, and he's kind of hit and miss. Yeah, that's what I figured a lot of people were going to be at tonight anyway, so that's why I decided just to do open chat. President's coming on, so there's going to be a lot of people watching that. And I get it. It's cool. Friday night is going to be the Prepper X chat at 8 o'clock. It's a 2-hour panel chat, and I'll be doing the after show. Saturday is kind of up in the air. A lot of us take a break on Saturday. I may do something. I might not do something. It's kind of funny you say that, Backwards. I have her address because I sent her a tack pen, so I have her address. I can send her Velveeta. I'm just not sure if I want to die yet. Okay. Oh, good Lord. That'd be a fate worse than death, Christy. That'd be a fate worse than death. Sunday is the Sunday sit rep. Good information on that as well and what's going on in the world. Things to keep your eyes open for. So yeah, some most of you may want to watch. Monday night is going to be Backwoods at 8 o'clock. He always has a good show, good information there. And both Tuesdays, we're back to Tuesdays, and here I am. So. um, getting to Mousy here before I shut this off. Were you in the Honey Badger chat last week when I said they're talking about cookbooks? And I says, yeah, I got Ted Nugent's cookbook, Kill It and Grill It, and they're just like looking at me like acting like I've lost my mind. One more second, because I can prove it exists. I can prove that cookbook exists. And there it is. Ted and Shemaine Nugent, Shemaine's his wife, Kill It and Grill It. A guide to preparing and cooking wild game and fish. But guess what I can get Mouse a copy of? I mean, there's some good stuff in here, though. I mean, there's some really good recipes in here that I would not mind trying. So somebody's getting a copy of this. And here's what I'm going to do. Why I'm going to do it. Okay, all the other cookbooks, hey, they're perfectly fine until you start throwing wild game in with it. How you doing, HF? I'm actually getting ready to wrap it up here, but just my final thought here. The reason I got that is it's for wild game. So you have a recipe you know works for wild game. Okay, if I'm not excellent, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking them. I'm not laughing at them, but that is wild game specific. In an SHTF situation, I'm not trying to, but an SHTF situation, and you're going to be hunting to supplement. I'm not saying hunting to survive, but hunting to supplement what you already have. I think something like that may just come in handy. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's it for tonight, though. So I thank you all for coming. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next time around. Y'all have a good night, all right?